Hey Tia, I got your message about Marco Polo and it's actually on my other phone, so I just decided to do a video for you. This is my book. It's actually the older version, but it's the same inside. The cover just looks different. But I love this book, and you can tell it's very worn out because I actually got it from the library, so it had been used and it was on sale for 50 cents. I can't believe it. Anyway, this was when Cayman was a tiny baby, and I used it on the kids that I was nannying at the time, and their parents were very thankful because they were actually already reading level 1 books when they started kindergarten. So I tend to start this book around age 3. 2-year-olds can start it if they're interested. It just a couple of minutes a day. It doesn't have to be sitting it down, doing it for 30 minutes or something. It's just a couple minutes a day. So when you first open it up, you're going to see some instructions for the parents or teacher or whatever. It's just telling you how to say the sounds. There's a pronunciation guide, which is super helpful, but also online you can find some English guides on YouTube. But basically you're wanting to say the sounds that they say in words instead of the letter name. So I'm going to give you an example. Let me turn, and then there's also a writing chart because it teaches how to write in this too. My kids don't learn to write at the same time as they learn to read. I tend to skip that part of the book until they're older and can actually write well. So, they practice writing and drawing, whatever they want all the time. It's just a matter of forming those letters can be very difficult. Cayman's been writing his name since he was 4, his whole name. So that's pretty amazing, I think, for that age. But Aiden right now, he can't write his name. I still try, but it's not something that I should expect him to be able to do. So this is lesson 1. The red is what you read to the child. So I'm going to pretend like you're the child. I'm going to touch under the sound and say the sound. Your turn to say the sound when I touch under it. Get ready. Again. Ready. So you see the book is very, it explains a lot, and it doesn't leave you hanging. So you just go in order. The lessons are super fast. The next one would be S. And then there's say it fast games where they just repeat the words that you're saying to them, and then they repeat sounds, and you don't say read this letter, you say read this sound, say this sound. So I'm going to go back. The dots actually are for helping to use their fingers to read, because that will keep their place in the book. So after you get past probably lesson 12, lesson 12 starts forming the words. And you'll notice the ones that have the lines on top, those are the sounds that say its own name. So this would be E, and that's going to be for all of them. So for instance, this sound is A instead of A because it does not have the line. Of course, closer to the end of the book, they take those lines away because then they've already learned the word itself. It's memory work, pretty much. Also in this, lesson 13. Lesson 13 starts stories. So we call this a story. Even though it's only one sentence, it's still a story. And I cover the picture up with a different paper, or either you can, fold the page or something. But we do the first reading, task 7, and they sound this out. And then you do a comprehension question to make sure they know what they read. That's very important. That's the most important part, I think, once you're getting into reading sentences. Because if they don't know what they read, then there's no point to read. This will help, with chapter books later on also. And then there's a second reading to make sure they comprehended it. And then I keep this covered, and I ask the first couple of questions before I show them the picture, because I want to make sure they know. And then you can show them the picture and, be all excited that you get to see what you just read and, what he's doing. So I'm going to show you, of course, in the back, Cayman's back here. This is Cayman's next lesson he hasn't done yet. This is his papers that I hold his place with. So, but you can see that, as time goes on, the stories get longer. And then eventually, eventually the dots go away. And then the letters also start to get smaller, like smushed together. And the stories get super long. And it also begins to add titles, so you can talk about titles and authors. And then I think eventually the lines go away too. So I'm going to find some of these sounds so I can say them for you. So you understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. I think you understand, but... Okay, like this. This is a good one. A, R, D, F, I. I don't know if you can hear the last one because it's really, this would be E, N, K. This is a tricky one because a lot of parents want to say K or K. And it's not. It's just K. And that's a lot, and even the F. Some parents want to say F, F, or Fa, or, whatever. But it's just the first sound that comes out. F. And that will help them. Also with the T, T, T. It's hard to say that one time because you want it to linger, but it doesn't linger. So when I'm doing the book with the kids, I try to just say it one time with the one swipe. And that way they're not repeating it over and over, because they will repeat what you say. So I say this, and then they can say it. And then if you want them to say it over and over to get it correct, then you can say again, touch the ball. There's a lot of rhyming in the book too. That's Keenan's favorite part, actually. He loves to rhyme, and he always has. And then once they start to put the sounds together, you want them to sound it out first so they can say it slow. So let's do the cat. This is how I would demonstrate it to them. Ready on the ball. Sound out every sound you see on the line. Cat. Again. Cat. What does that say? What word did you read? And then hopefully they can be able to, tell you, oh, cat. Oh, that is cat. And then you throw a little party. Ah, you did it. You read cat. That's so awesome. Great job. And it makes them excited to read and want to. I hope that was helpful. I love this book. And like I said, I have taught so many kids to read with it. The Dobbs kids were my first kids that I taught with it. All three of them, they were reading level 1 books before they even hit kindergarten, and their parents were super excited about that. And now they love to read. I mean, the girls, the twin girls, just turned 10. I cannot believe it. And they're reading, chapter books, and Lily really does. She likes to read a lot. But then after that, I tried to start it with K-Minute too, and he just was not into it yet. So it really depends on the child for sure. So I, put it away, and I would play phonics games around the house without the book. Like, it was the book that made him stressed out. So I would do the same thing, around the room, and when we go to the grocery store, and when, wherever. I always, always, always said the sound and not the letter name. I mean, my kids know how to sing the alphabet, but past that, I don't say, look, there's a letter A. I say, oh, look, that sound says ah. And it really helps them, I think, to string them together faster. Okay, I'm going to let you go now so I'm not boring you. It's been 10 minutes. Oh my goodness, almost 11 minutes. I love you, girl. Let me know if you have any questions.